Howdy-o and welcome to Rauta's Reviews. This time we have a band from Los Angeles, California, United States of America. A city that is mostly known for its rather, superficial people. I don't know, don't really want to blame the people who make the city, who live there and, do everyday job, but given it's the kind of home to Hollywood and big movies and, well, lots of hair or glam metal bands, not exactly the band, place for bands that is or that are doing extreme metal. However, now we have a really interesting case from that place called Mortem Superstar, a new project by some, what I could say, veteran musicians, which have now a new album out called Wroughts. And this new album is actually the very first one known to be by this band, a kind of a self-financed thing called A Hole to Rot in Records 2021, very much so. So this is a new album that got delivered me by the very band itself, two-man operation with some guest members. Here you can see the lineup: Tony F. Cobbs, as well as Crystal Phantom. For the time being, I don't know, the Metal Archive site is listing only one member, but as you can see, doesn't really look like a solo project, and this is how the CDR looks like. CDR being very much the format for many self-financed bands. Another edited version of the lineup. Then we have all the necessary recording information and other stuff about the album. We have lyrics here, and that's pretty much of it. Glossy paperwork and all kind of a do-it-yourself mentality from the covers, back cover, front cover. In that respect, very cool an album. But when it comes to the music, this comes way more peculiar. Whatever. Now the thing here is, I have kind of like a identity problem with this album. First of all, here the genre is set black and death metal, which is some 80-90% true about the whole album. I mean, it's definitely combining elements from black metal to death metal, but that's not all. This 35 minutes is very much like a hybrid sort of a release. Let me try to elaborate on that. There are parts where you definitely hear this kind of a death metal riffing, and more importantly, the growling vocals. Definitely taking you to death metal field, or more like death black metal fields, because some of those riffs could very well be, black metal ones. Then there are lots of black metal riffs, synthesizer to create this kind of a vibe related to synth-driven black metal, especially the kind of a symphonic style. Think of what Dimmu Borgir used to do, or kind of still do, but maybe what they did in the past. Also think of bands like Emperor and the like. And now you have only roughly the idea what this band is all about. Now there are also something which I would call gothic metal parts. That is kind of clean vocals, kind of a dark mood with nothing to do with extreme metal as such. In a way, they're almost like metal versions of, I don't know, maybe Keir or Fields of the Nephilim. Definitely, flirting with something that isn't extreme metal. And the curious thing here is, in my opinion, that's where the band is at its best. Now, don't take me the wrong way. The death metal and black metal parts, or death black parts, they are pretty decent. They are maybe raw and unpolished, but they have some fine ideas. It's not just well executed all the way to the end. Sounds much like the band kind of ran out of budget or wasn't ready to figure out which way to execute it. But there are plenty of nice ideas. So this is, in a way, more like a uncut gem, or maybe just unpolished gem. Nice ideas, but not fully right there yet. When it comes to these more, say, gothic metal parts, I wouldn't call them gothic rock, because in my opinion they are still metal. Well, very much metal infused in a way. They are where the band actually kind of got me even more. I mean, I like this kind of smooth vocals. They're kind of dark and takes me into this kind of a place where metal is not even allowed, or at least rarely visited, and or visiting. And when this is combined to these more extreme metal elements, it becomes very interesting. Like some exotic food, which has these fancy amount of different ingredients, and you only like some of them. You're like, What is this? Hey, this is some prawn or shrimp or whatever. I'm gonna eat it. Oh, nice spices. I'm not sure if I like them. Like every now and then you maybe find something which is kind of an acquired taste. You kind of like it, but not fully. You kind of need to grow into that. Let this album be a grower in that sense. Now, given that this is the first release by the band, I am totally unsure which way this band will go. But I kind of hope they will be tapping into more into this kind of gothic vibes, because it seems like even if you decide from the band photos, it seems like they are very much one foot at least, even if not more, in that part already. Whereas these black and death metal parts are kind of like the weaker links maybe. But then again, they have potential. So this is kind of a tricky album in so many ways. I kind of like it, and I kind of feel like, yeah, works need to be done. It's not done. It's more like a demo level output, which is then again supported by this independent CD or release. So maybe it's, technically speaking, like a lengthy demo more than a full-length album released by a label. But nowadays, independent releases are so much more modern ways. You don't really need that record label to get your stuff out. So I don't know. It's hard to draw the line nowadays. I mean, who cares? What matters is if the music is interesting. Obviously, you will find links below provided in the information box. So give it a chance if you think this is worth your time. I think it is worth your time, but I am pretty much guaranteed not everybody's gonna like it. It's kind of a too weird, too much a mutant or some kind of a hybrid, which is just gonna scare a lot of people off. In a way, a Frankenstein's monsters, just not as ugly, and with a gothic haircut. That's it. Give it a chance. Interesting release for sure, and I hope you enjoy it.